Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way.
Yes.
And we're back with a Premier League roundup. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the top 10 last week.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good players that we spoke about. If you haven't listened to that, go and tune into that. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that good stuff. Because we have got a good episode today. Because in the history of this podcast, there's not been an opportunity to do what we're going to do today. And in the future of this podcast, there probably won't be an opportunity to do what we're going to do today. Because Pep Guardiola has lost 5 in a row. Man City have lost 5 in a row. The juggernaut, the machine. And if we know anything about Pep Guardiola, this isn't going to happen again for the rest of his time at City. So sit back.
I think you're safe to say his career.
Yeah.
Wherever
which could
next.
end at City.
Yeah.
But sit back, get your popcorn, get your food, enjoy this one. Because as much as me and Michael both know that you can't really kill Pep,
yeah.
right? Because we know who Pep is.
This is also the only time.
The only time. So we have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
There's no point after a one loss.
Seven
to be like, well, this is
City are 4 points behind. This is serious stuff now.
Yeah.
And there's a couple Man City players and a couple guys who have been getting away with it, or we've been waiting, and the time has come. So we'll go straight to that game: Man City versus Tottenham. Before this, I think Man City were on a 36 or 37 game unbeaten run at the Etihad in the league.
Yeah. Is it only 36, 37?
It could be more than that. That's just, but I've just kind of pulled that number out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I feel like by the time we played them this season, it was like 50. It was like all of them.
No, it wasn't 50.
Because did they lose at home last year?
No. The last time they lost
at home. You don't play 30 games at home, yeah.
Yeah, the last time they lost at home was when they played Brentford.
Okay.
Like 2 years ago.
So maybe, you know how Sky Sports, they mess you around because they'll be like City 400 days. Unbeaten now. And you're like 400 days?
Yeah.
Well, that must be.
And I also think it could have been like closer to 50 games all over.
All in total.
Competitions and whatever. But regardless,
the record is
nuts. Ridiculous record. And Tottenham went there and just snatched their chain.
Yeah.
Just made it 4-0.
Yeah. Not even a narrow loss.
Yeah. And we're going to start with Man City because, like we say, this is probably the only opportunity we're going to have to do this. So we're going to have to take our time and dissect properly what's going on there. Because when it's other teams, they get killed.
Exactly.
Right?
It's true.
And just because you've won 4 in a row, and you've won a treble and all of this, and that's cool. Your players have done that, but that doesn't mean you're immune from criticism.
We kill relegation teams for losing 5 in a row.
Exactly. I mean, it's even Ten Hag didn't lose 5 in a row. And look at the way Ten Hag got treated.
No one has.
If this pod ever blows, Ten Hag should not be watching these episodes.
This game was interesting, man.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola losing 5 in a row, that in itself is shocking.
I keep on saying this has to be the last time. You know?
Yeah.
It was when Brighton beat them. I was telling my brother at the time, I think I said it on the pod, I was like, there's no way Pep will lose 3 in a row.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And now we're, 2 more games removed from that situation and Pep has still lost. Yeah. I think, look, obviously we'll come to the Anfield thing later that they have next, but I'm still on that. There's no way Pep can lose 6 in a row.
Yeah.
But this...
Well, he'll cut that because he'll beat Feyenoord tonight.
Because he'll beat Feyenoord tonight. Yeah, you're right.
They've lost 3 league games in a row.
Yeah.
Right. So Anfield will 4. We know what 4 losses does in the league.
I just think when I was looking at the City team, to the point where you've made of this is the time we can kill them. What I'll say about the City team is this is the like in the last 7 years, 8 years, however long Pep has been here, the most ordinary City team that I've seen. In the sense of like all the other City teams have that fear factor because they've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players who you could say are world class or that get into every team in the Premier League, and all of that kind of stuff. And it might apply still with a fully fit squad, but the teams that Pep has been putting out for the past 2 to 3 weeks, these teams that have been losing 5 games in a row, are not bang average, but just ordinary. Like you can get at this is a good team, but you can get at this team. It's not like there's no invincible cloak or shield that they come to town with. Even with guys like Haaland and stuff, it's like it just doesn't feel like enough to proper shake guys in their boots. And this is Tottenham at home for City. You know, for a lot of guys on a bad run of form, you're begging, you're praying to get Tottenham.
Yeah.
At home. Exactly. You're begging, you're praying to get Tottenham at home. So for the guys that City have out there, man, some of them are too old, some of them are too young. And Pep, for the first time in his career, doesn't have that balance, right? Between, experience and young guys, coming through. And I'm seeing Rico Lewis get ragdolled around. I'm seeing Gundo get run past.
Yep.
It's ordinary. It's easy.
Yeah, 100%. I missed the first half. I was on my way back from the Arsenal, but you were saying that the midfield was just getting moved to.
Pep can never, ever, ever play that midfield again.
Yeah, and I don't think he will.
In the Barclays Premier
Right,
League.
he's just lost 4-0 at home. But Pep knows. But Ilkay Gundogan.
It's his time.
If you want to say it correctly, Gundogan. You know that one, right? If you want to say it correctly, well,
It's
Ilkay Gundogan. Yeah. Your fingerprints are on all 4 goals.
Yeah.
We watched it back. Guys were saying it looked like Gundogan was running with a Zimmer frame. Right? He's come back and he's just not the same player that was here 2 years ago. And the thing with Gundogan is he's not been playing well.
No.
Right? I haven't watched a City game and thought Gundo played well too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But I haven't said anything. Michael knows this off air because there's a respect there.
There is.
Right? We know who Gundogan was. Right? So I'm not going to come and cuss you out and do anything yet. But the time is now. Your fingerprints are on all 4 goals. Brennan Johnson's running off you. James Maddison's running off you. James Maddison's not an athlete. Right? But he's running off you. You're telling John Stones to pick up the spare man. You're getting bypassed in midfield. That I think one thing Pep will do is drop Gundogan when they go to Anfield.
Do you think?
I think Gundo's going to come out of the team.
That will be bold.
Yeah.
That will be bold. Only because I think Pep is going to, you never know with Pep at definitely at this stage. But I think he's going to try and OD on possession and he's going to try and suffocate. But you're right. The transition game, if Tottenham can get Man City on a transition game like that and Gundo can be exposed, and I agree with you, Gundo's fingerprints are on all 4 goals. And Gundo's legs have never been the best.
No.
But Gundo's legs now?
Yeah.
Gundo's legs now.
But they're talking about Pape Sarr like he's just a monster.
Yeah. Pape Sarr.
Nobody can chat to him.
And as you say, the Maddison thing, man. Maddison should not be running off the back of anybody. And I know Maddison's a good player. Maddison's going to get his love. Yeah, he will. But Maddison should not be running off the back of anybody at the top flight, at the professional level.
Not to the point where you can't keep up and you're telling John Stones.
You're pointing, you're shouting, you're blame games. I think it's karma in a sense that Gundo isn't just going to come back on a free transfer and sit next to Rodri all game and just to meet to you, ball over the top. His way to another Premier League title. And I do think something has to change. I like I say again, man, Pep can't play that midfield again. If that means Gundo's got to be dropped, Gundo's got to be dropped.
The only reason I say that is because us as casuals can see Gundo's fingerprints on all the goals. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Pep will notice that. And I also think Pep's already spoken about, if I had all my players fit, then Stones and Akanji would be.
I was gonna say,
and those players, a lot of those players are back fit, right? So I'm pretty confident Stones or Akanji will play in midfield on Sunday.
Pep's already lost massive games playing Gundo as a 6. Yeah, and I think it's crazier to put Gundo as a 6 versus Anfield, no matter who the other guys are.
Yep.
If you've already lost to Chelsea and all these other guys with Gundo as a 6
years ago. Yeah. But even him being in the team, I think he could, if it's Akanji, for example, I think he could go Akanji, De Bruyne, and Bernardo.
I think it also shows you how much Pep is sort of scrambling. And I know he's played Akanji in midfield before, but Akanji...
That's not what Pep wants to do.
Akanji, we like Akanji. Akanji's not a bad player. Nowhere near.
Yeah.
But in terms of like ticking Pep's boxes to be a central midfielder, Akanji's not a central midfielder. He doesn't tick and there's a lot of managers.
Ben White ticks more boxes, and we've never seen it.
Exactly. There's a lot of managers in the Premier League who would put a centre back into central midfield, but even with that being said, I don't think Akanji ticks many of those managers. Boxes, let alone Pep's. Yeah, of like I can shuffle this guy into midfield.
It could work because Pep will make it very simple for it.
Yeah, right. I think, and that's my point is, with all the midfielders that Pep still has, I know Rodri's out and all, but with all the midfielders that Pep still has, bro, I think the only pluses for Akanji being in midfield is that he's 6 foot plus.
And that's a massive plus.
And quick.
When you look
and
at
relative,
what's
well,
happening
I
to
say
their
quick,
team.
but relatively,
He's pretty quick.
Pretty quick. But I think on like for what Pep wants from a midfielder on the ball stuff,
of course. That's what I'm saying. Pep doesn't want to do that.
It's dire straits, bro. He's and even to partner him with John Stones, for Pep to sacrifice, and John Stones is good on the ball.
No, he won't play both of them. He won't play both of them. That will be so anti.
That's what they kill Arteta for.
Football. Pep won't do
6
that.
centre backs on the pitch. Okay, well it'll be like
It'll
be like 4 centre back.
All of them.
I don't know. I just think look, and also I'm not trying to hear it too much with Pep and the whole whining about players being injured, and I hear it like to a certain extent with everybody. But there's a reason you have 115 charges and a court case and all this stuff coming up. It's because you've illegally built your squad. And now you're saying, oh, when I get my players back and when these guys, you will see the real Man City. And I don't know, man. I think
just give me my players back.
There's no excuse, honestly. And I know
on this, I was going to ask you, if Pep can't find a solution for Rodri being injured, and City end up being 7 or 8 points off the title at the end of the season, do we have to look at Pep differently? So he's not just lost by 3 or 4 points, which you could do in any season, even if you had Rodri. He's lost by 7, 8, maybe even a bit more than that. Do we look at him differently and think, oh, well, Rodri, he's lost you that many points? And
I see what you're saying. And I will say that there will be, I don't know, I wouldn't say I'll be looking at him differently, but there will also be a little bit of a, all right, so you're meant to be the best. Yeah, you're meant to sort of be the best ever. We're putting you in those conversations. The best that you always find a way. They'll bring up that one season when Fergie had X, Y, and Z players out injured. Grabbed 2 other guys and was able to win the league. I feel like obviously Rodri's an important player for Pep, but Rodri shouldn't be the reason that they finish 7 or 8 points off. And I think we're kind of speaking about it, or more people are speaking about it, sort of up front in the sense of City have had quite a few misses in the transfer market. And that's why that's really why they are where they are right now, where Pep is,
and we are going to talk about some of them. We're going to talk about some of those misses. But the only reason I make that point, because guys will say, oh, Rodri's Ballon d'Or winner and whatever, best player. If Arsenal lost Bukayo Saka or Martin Odegaard for the whole season, or Liverpool lost Van Dijk or Salah for the whole season, I'd expect them to finish 7 or 8 points off the title, because we're not looking at Onslaught and Mikel Arteta as, right? Pep is the all-knowing, the all-powerful kind of guy. That's how he's viewed. So if he finishes 7 or 8 points off the title, I can't look at him like that guy.
I agree with your point, but I agree with that, and I'm not disagreeing. I think for me, my angle would still be if guys are trying to do you for doping, quote unquote, your squad, illegally assembling your squad, illegally manufacturing sponsorship deals and paying certain things, and Savinho just come out of nowhere and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to hear that the reason you're 7 or 8 points behind is for that competitive edge reason. Let it be for something else. As you say, you can finish any title race off the top 4. But it would be like literally a fighter who's doping, talking about, I just don't have the strength. Or but bro, you're doping. What do you mean you don't have the strength, or you don't have the whatever? Let it be cardio is the reason, or let it be anything else. But if you're shooting up with steroids to increase your muscle mass and all this kind of stuff, don't tell me you don't have the strength at the end of the season, bro. So, and look, obviously City, I guess we should say allegedly, they haven't really been convicted of anything, but that's for me the biggest reason why I won't want to hear anything from Pep about it's without Rodri. You knew how important Rodri was to your team, and you've been using all of these covert ways to increase your squad size and to spend money on certain players and to do this and that. Calvin Phillips was a dud. Matthias Nunes, you don't want to play him. I'm seeing Rico, I'm seeing but I'm seeing all these combinations.
0 goals in 16 games.
You feel me? So it's like, bro, lay blame in the correct places. You guys had chances. If Arsenal, I feel a little bit different if it was Liverpool. I feel a little bit different if it was Arsenal, because I guess if you're trying to play within the rules and Salah goes down, bro.
Agreed.
But if you feel me, I'll have a little bit more sympathy. They just lost 67% of all their goals, and and they don't have 100 mil, 200, 300, 400 mil in the tuck to just go out and recklessly spend on 7 new players. Liverpool, and I said one day we'll do a pod about like players that are getting away with it, but Liverpool can't afford to have, Arsenal can't afford to have a 60-65 mil transfer just flop.
Yeah,
And if it does, it sets you back.
Yeah. Well, that tees me up perfectly for my next point. We're talking about transfers and money spent, potentially money spent illegally, allegedly, and we can't have a 60-65 million pound player flop. Jack Grealish. Now, Jack Grealish came off the bench and assisted Timo Werner for him to cook Carl Walker. And the quote is that Jack Grealish hasn't scored a goal
in 2024.
In 2024.
Do you know what? I saw that.
Now, I think that is true.
I saw that.
Right? Because I saw on the Big Six podcast, Tobes bring it up, and Big Steve didn't say anything. Right? And Big Steve always has something. Right? So that, to me, now, there's a lot of nuance in this conversation, because if I was a Man City fan and Jack Grealish had been done what he had done, I would never call him a flop.
Yeah, because he's done
the
it.
Treble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they will say he come in and was an important part. And
Yeah.
Ball retention
stats will be all in your face.
So if I was a Man City fan, I wouldn't let anyone call him a flop, right? Because I would say the thing of he's won more than all your players and I would do that, right?
Yeah.
So I understand that Man City fans, but again, I'm saying this: nobody's immune from criticism.
I think
Grealish might have had. I don't even think he's had one good season. I think he's had 15 good games,
bro. So you say that, to your point. I think the craziest stat to me than the not scoring in 2024 when we're in November, pretty much first week of December, is I saw that Grealish has like 11 goals and 14 assists in his entire Man City career.
You know, him and Iwobi have the same GA in the Premier League.
Bro, 11 and 14 is what the third or fourth place winger was getting like 2 years ago in a Pep team.
Yeah.
Like the main guy, Sterling or whoever it was getting 18 and
yeah.
or whatever it was. Or Sterling was getting 25, 30 goals or comps.
Yeah.
Bro, 11 and 14.
But then they'll tell you that it changed in Haaland and it's focused around Haaland getting
so even with that being said, it's not that Grealish ever needed to be the focal point goal getter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 10 goals over 3 seasons of football for £100 million player. Yeah, even with if Haaland is getting all the goals, you should have 30 assists. Haaland's getting 30 a season. Haaland's getting 30, 40, 50 a season, bro. Lay it on a plate for him. Rack up the bro, 11 and 14 and 30, 13 seasons, in 3 seasons is great for 100 mil.
So can we call him a flop then?
And that's to your point. This is why it's complex with Grealish, because he has won the trophies. He has played the minutes as well in the semi-finals and the finals of these games, but I like for any City fan to be sitting there and telling me they're happy with Grealish's output, they're happy with what they're getting from Grealish and Matthias Nunes and a couple of these other guys who've spent 60+ mil on, bro. I can't hit. You've lost for 5 in a row. You need somebody to step up.
Yeah.
Pep's talking about it's simple. We just need to step up.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Grealish considers himself as one of those players that I need to step up for City here.
He should do.
He should do, but does he? For like Walker, who we could kill, because Walker's recently every goal comes down Walker's side. Yeah, but I know Walker still has the mentality of
he could go and put a good performance in.
Yeah, I need to. This is on me to turn around. I need to step up. I still kind of feel like Grealish. Is like, oh, I'll wait for some of these other guys to do their things, and I'll just
baby them.
Yeah. It's kind of nuts, man.
I see that. But obviously, there's guys you spend money on. There's guys that come through the academy that, if you're a fan of that club, you'll never kill. But in this whole situation, it looks like in the Man City team, and we're talking about Grealish and his goals there, that if Erling Haaland doesn't score, Man City don't score. Right? Unless it's a Gavardio right?
outside the box, right foot. Yeah.
Right, like when it was Monreal.
Yeah.
Gavardio's their second biggest goal threat. So if Erling Haaland's not going to score, it doesn't look like anyone in that Man City team's not going to score. So Phil Foden.
Yeah, man. Questions.
Phil Foden. And this is where we obviously had our conversation. We had our debate. Go check the episode about Palmer, Saka and Foden. If Saka was doing this, we would not hear the end of it.
I think as well, on top of the like why the parallel is so poignant is because I can't say Saka Foden's come off a bad Euros tournament, but Saka had a bad moment in the final of the Euros Yeah,
years ago,
couple
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Foden could be trying to use the whole, the country was on me for the Euros and my confidence is a little bit shot. But Saka didn't have that respite. Saka had to come back the next season and have the team on it, as you say,
Every week.
have the attack on his back.
Foden didn't play for the first month.
Pep already took that away
Yeah,
from him.
yeah.
Pep took that
Yeah.
like instant pressure of you need to score in your first game back because England fans are saying this and this and this about you. My point is, it's not an excuse like this far into the season to still be caught up about what's going on in the summer. If that is the reason as to why Foden just doesn't seem to be the same player, but he's got to change it around quickly because, as we were saying last season,
looks like there's not really creativity in the team.
But that's my point. That's my point.
And that's meant to be Foden.
That's my point. As we were saying last season, with KDB, we knew was going to be out injured for large parts of the season, all the legs, all this kind of stuff. Bro, even with Gundo coming back on a free transfer, Foden, you're 24, 23, 24, and KDB's over the hill, over 30. Gundo's well over 30. Bernardo's over 30. At what point, last season we told you to say this is your team, you said, all right, this is my team.
Yeah.
At what point do you say, bro, this needs to be my team moving forward? Like, I've got to be the guy for this team moving forward. I've got to be the week in, week out number, like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, you've got those guys who are 30 plus. You've also got Savinho, new signing, Doku, been here 1 year, right? All of these guys that have come in and are trying to play a part and whatnot, you're established in this team. Yeah. So you've got guys on that end of the spectrum who are phasing out, coming to the end of the career, guys who have just come in, are learning Pep's system, trying to adapt and whatever. You've been here for however many years, won however many trophies. You need to start stepping up.
And you've seen the importance of winning these games, the magnitude of these games. You've seen them for years. You saw what Aguero and guys were doing, David Silva and guys were doing. When it's it's time to play Tottenham, it's time to play Liverpool, it's time to play any of these teams. Yeah. I just think he's got to pick up the mantelpiece more, man. And small things, I'm talking about goals and assists, but just getting on the ball. Like, there was times where Rico is drowning in there, man. And he's looking for anything, a pass, something, a bit, Foden, just get on the ball and be like, I'm not losing it. I'm going to get fouled. Wherever it is, Rico, trust me. I know you come through the academy. I'll come through the academy. Foden, when he does have it, he wants to give it away pretty quickly. His shots always going past the post. I don't know. I don't have too many excuses for Phil Foden as to why this season has started off so poorly. Pep's giving you the rest. The England stuff is behind you now.
Do you think Foden's got the same Grealish thing of you don't know if he's going to get himself out of this rut for Sunday?
Not to the extent of Grealish, but I'm at a point now where I'm really questioning what is the source of this. Unlike at least Grealish has the whole. Grealish's confidence so obviously took a knock when he joined, when he was from Aston Villa and he was this like ball dominant player, goal getter, and he came to City and Pep was like, all right, I need you to do this. It's so clear that Grealish, his confidence took a knock. And
I also think that after they won the treble, I do think Grealish.
I've done what I need to do. I hear that, but Foden, who's grown up in the Pep system, he's a
lot younger than Grealish.
Yeah, there isn't that knock. There isn't that who am I as a player anymore? Grealish might be looking at himself at the highlights from Aston Villa and be like, I don't remember being this guy.
Yeah.
Foden
just won PFA Player of the Year.
Take the next level, go up the next level. And I know there's no way Pep is letting Foden sit on his laurels. There's no way.
Yeah.
So, my eyes are firmly on when Foden's going to turn this around. And as I say, it's not just a goal and assist thing. It's being the creative force, the way KDB was in the team. The way when KDB is on the team, and he does
maybe not the way.
Not the same way. He's an all-timer. But you know what I'm saying? When KDB's on the team, it's like whether he does actually get the goal or assist, this goal was created because KDB did this. He started this move 100%. Off here, or he did this over there to get you guys into space. Bro, Foden, that's what you need to be on. 100%.
I agree. But we should talk about Tottenham, right? Because it's a massive win for Tottenham. They slapped up Man City in their own stadium.
It's Tottenham's probably biggest win
in their history
ever.
You saw what I said to Bat. This is probably your greatest day ever as a Tottenham fan.
Literally.
Bat hasn't been alive to witness many trophies. Not that Tottenham win many, but Bat's seen one trophy, I think, in his lifetime. So James Maddison,
Yeah.
first and foremost, he's been killed quite a bit on this pod recently.
Yeah, he has.
And we just don't let Ange find a system where you get a winning system and Madders on the bench and
Some would say he was forced into this change.
Kulu's the 10 now and what, because of the bed tackle?
Because of stumbled upon to a winning point.
Hey, look, we're not gonna do
No,
that.
we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do
week,
that.
right? James Maddison, you get your respect. You deserve your props.
100%.
Two goals, both taken very well, especially the second one. Nice little dink finish over Ederson. And
all round good game as well.
Yeah, but that's the kind of performance that Tottenham fans want from James Maddison
every week.
And even when we were killing James Maddison, I've said to you off air that, like, for as good as Kulu's playing, Maddison is a better player, right? And I still maintain that, right? I still think James Maddison is not a scrub.
He's not.
We know James Maddison has quality, right? So I think he's a better 10 than Kulu. And to go and score 2 goals there, brilliant. But as much as James Maddison was good, all I keep saying is the deck he had.
I was gonna say
Gary Neville special. You told me.
No, Kulu
was moving to them.
I agree with your point that Maddison, all things done, like if I had to choose a player on form, Maddison or Kulu, I'd probably choose an on form Maddison.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of Tottenham fans would tell you that they think Kulu is
Kulu's been their best player this season.
Yeah, and maybe there's recency bias in that, but Tottenham fans love to add.
But I would agree with that. I think Kulu has been their best player this season.
No, I agree with that 100%.
But I just think
overall, take it. Yeah, I still think if you were to strip it back, a lot of Tottenham fans, maybe they can't remove the recency bias. Would
a lot of Tottenham fans love James Maddison?
They do. But the deck he had stuffed. The love that they're having for Kulu, he's becoming a cult hero. And Kulu was balling. Yeah. There's a thing. We've said this. Kulu's an Arsenal fan. Multiple times.
Yeah. We've seen that picture of him with the Henry statue.
Whenever there's a chance for Kulu to impress Arsenal fans, he takes it with both hands.
Oh, they need a favor? Okay.
I'm stepping up today. Kulu was balling. I think the interesting thing about Kulu is and I'm gonna regret saying this.
Go on.
But he's starting to add goals and assists to his game because Kulu does have nice touches in games. He'll bring the ball down well. He'll jinky, little shimmy, little this, ball into the ball. Oh, that's nice.
No. I don't think you'll regret saying that because it is true, and I'm gonna say it as well. When I called it a Kulu heater, we can scrap that. This is an actual heater, right? He's actually on a heater. He's actually on a heater.
But Kulu,
this isn't a Kulu heater. This is an actual heater.
This is a Premier League player heater.
Yeah. This is an actual heater that he's on now. Bro, his record in that stadium, I saw it the other day.
Yeah, he scored every time.
First appearance, goal and assist. Second appearance, goal. Third appearance, goal and assist. Fourth appearance, assist. And he balled out on the weekend.
He did ball out. And I was going to say, I think the good thing about Kulu, the interesting thing about Kulu this season is his sort of varied appearances. Like, I'm in the 10. I'm playing out wide. I'm going to be in this pocket. He is sort of doing everything for Ange in there.
Yeah.
It's Basuma this week. It's Bentancur next week. It doesn't matter because Kulu's there every week. And it was good, man. He was shoving Guardiola off the ball. Get off the ball, Dink, Maddison have that. He was dribbling through 3 or 4 guys, not make Gundo.
For the third goal, it's all him.
Yeah. I really I do rate Kulu's game. I've always kind of said with Kulu that he doesn't score or assist enough. But this season, he's definitely turning that around. And I hope he doesn't go on some 10-game barren streak now. After I've just said Kulu's going to get goals and assists.
No, but I think that's possible, highly possible.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to regret saying this. Yeah.
But the last thing on this game, Ange Postecoglou and the details. That's what we always talk about.
It's true.
We always talk about
proving us wrong.
We don't trust him to make the details. But there was enough details to dunk on Pep twice in 1 month. So,
home and away.
I'll ask you, is that Ange getting lucky? Right? Which is a bit mad to say because
it's happened. Yeah.
Or he's got the details more spot on than Pep.
No, I can never say Ange's got the details more spot on than Pep. I can never say that. But what I can
ever say that,
what I can say is
This wasn't a 2-1 narrow.
And I was saying this to you: the teams that beat Pep are the teams that go for it or play that football that is attacking and expressive, and their game plan isn't necessarily to have 11 guys behind the ball and then try and hit just on the break.
Because City will break you down.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to give up all the possession in midfield, they probably will punish you. So Ange deserves his credit for his bravery, maybe delusion, to go, having lost his last two, to still play on the front foot like that at City. The score could have easily have been, by the way, 4-0 City in the first 10 minutes. Haaland could have had 2-3 and been up, So I'll give Ange his credit for the bravery 100% to take it at City. He did make tactical tweaks, Kulu out wide, as we were saying. Madders back in. He had to play Ben Davies and Dragusin. Saar was there, so there is some changing that he's done, but I think more so, you just need to commend him for his bravery to actually go for it and not shrivel up and be like, let me just take a 1-0, 2-0. If I can lose by 1 or 2 goals, we can say we tried hard. Many teams would get beat here 4 or 5. But I think that is more that than, because I think with the details, I honestly think, man, Haaland should have had 3 or 4 goals, and that changes everything. And I think if they get, I was saying this to you,
but I mean, he's beaten him twice in a month.
Yeah, he had, and it's not just that he's beaten him in every game he's had with him. But this is more to my point. They've scored 3. Did they win 3-1 or 2-1 last time? They were up 2-0 and they won 2-1, but they could have scored. Werner had 2 or 3 1-on-ones. Each game that they've played City, there's at least 4. This is a genuine goal scoring opportunity. We should take this one. So I don't know if that comes down to the details. Maybe I'm not giving Ange enough credit. I think more so it just comes down to, as we saw it with Brighton, we saw it with Bournemouth. If you're going to play this attacking style, we even saw it a little bit with Sporting. Like, if you're actually going to not sit back, even when you go goal ahead, there are goals to be had on the City team. That's why I say they look ordinary. If you score 1, you can score 2 in 2 minutes on the City team.
That's also not to say that if any team can go and press them.
And just get on top of them.
It's 4-0.
No, Ange deserves...
4-0's no Trump scoreline.
Deserves so much credit.
We've gone to the Etihad and we've nicked it.
As I said, we've been killing Ange all season for the details. I've been killing Tottenham all season for the mentality. And for this Tottenham team and for this Ange team to beat City twice, what does it say about City's mentality? You've had your get-back chance. Now, even if, I was going to say, even if Pep wins on the City away, you've already lost. It's the 2-1.
Yeah.
And you don't
need an FA Cup tie.
Ange can't get a clean sweep. On 3. Pep can't live with that.
No, Pep won't.
He shouldn't be able to sleep at night.
But look, great day for Tottenham. Like we said, could be one of the greatest days in their history. Is the greatest day in their history, at least for the fans who are our age.
It's a nuts winner. I'm not gonna lie. There's no taking it. Let's see.
Crazy.
Print out a t-shirt.
So shout out to for real. Make a movie. That's it. Drop the DVD. But we'll move it on. Southampton versus Liverpool, the Sunday game. Look, not too much to say here, but classic Southampton.
Yeah, man. Southampton are annoying.
Gave Liverpool 3 goals. I said that they would give them at least 2. They gave them 3 goals. The first goal, pass to Szoboszlai inside the box. The second goal, I don't know what McCarthy is doing, and it is actually a bad touch from Salah because he starts chasing it.
Yeah, Jamie Carragher. What a finish!
No, it's just incredible. A horrible touch. And then the guy's playing basketball,
and he's a sub. He's just come on as a sub, bro. They've told him to do one thing.
Absolutely gifted Liverpool.
Frustrating.
But as expected.
And I was telling you, I just kind of wish Liverpool when Liverpool went 1-0 up, I thought, just make this 2 or 3 before half time so I don't even have to tune in. I didn't want to watch the game. I'd kind of sort of turned it away. I was saying there's no way for Southampton to get back into this game. So I give Southampton credit for getting back into the game. Yeah, at least, But it's like Sheffield last year. It's like Burnley last year. It's so frustrating watching these teams who need points, man. And you're down there, you're going to be fighting relegation all season. And like, you're not asking Salah to put 1 top bins. You're not asking Gravenberch to put 1 top bins. You're not asking Diaz
do something special
or Gakpo to dribble past 3 guys. And for me and you to sit here and be like, oh, well, that's just the difference between top quality. And it's not that.
No.
It's the fact that Southampton will be under the cosh for 5 or 10 minutes and not want to clear their lines and still think that it's the right thing to do is playing out the back.
We knew that was the case before the game.
I know, but I just can't understand the
Like I saw it when we
giving
played
up
them.
points. I just can't understand the throwing away of points.
I came on this pod after we beat them at home, and I said on this pod, Southampton have just gone 1-0 up at the Emirates. Yeah. So for the next 10 minutes, the very minimum you should be doing is sitting in 2 banks of 4, strikers drop in and try and stink it out for a bit. Yeah. Almost immediately after they scored at the Emirates, they give the ball to Saka, 1 pass to Havertz, 1-1. We're back in the game. Right. That's just what Southampton do.
It's so annoying.
But I think the annoying thing for me, and there's a bigger conversation here, yeah, is Vincent Kompany.
Yeah. Good point.
Has fucked the system now, because Vincent Kompany at Burnley, he left Burnley. Right, Burnley got relegated, and he did not have a good season with Burnley, and he's got the Bayern Munich job, right, one of the biggest jobs in world football. So all that shows is that Vincent Kompany has now made it that performances are more important than results. Right? If my team plays the right way, we can get beat every week. We can give goals away. We can go down. There's no jeopardy, but we're playing the right way. Right? So Russell Martin and that now. Russell Martin probably thinks, I'll keep doing this with Southampton. If I get sacked, I might get a move.
I'm going to get somewhere else.
Marseille.
Yeah, Dortmund will come in for me. They like my stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Someone will come in because I play this brand of football.
It's not right, man. And I just I agree with that point entirely, man. The mold is broken. And as I said, another pet peeve is missing penalties at home. And I know he scored the rebound. Arsenal haven't had a single penalty all season. Southampton have had 2 at home and they've missed them.
Yeah.
You're fighting for points, guys. You know you're fighting for relegation. Liverpool have come to town. You've been given a lifeline. We don't even know if it's a pen.
Yeah.
We honestly don't even know if it's in the box, out the box. Whoever's made his decision. Yeah. Lifeline. And guys are dicking around. Guys want to change up penalty shooters every week. Bro, Southampton, just sort it out. Look, give us our 6 points and let's get out of the way with it. Don't try and fix things up and play a compact stuff. And now all of a sudden I'm going to kick the ball long when Arsenal come to town. If everybody's getting their 6 points, give us our 6 points. Yeah. And let's get out of the way.
Agreed. But yeah, Liverpool picked up 3 points. That's all they needed to do. But it wasn't really a convincing performance, in my opinion. But one of the biggest takes from that game was Mo Salah decided he was going to do some media after the game, which it wasn't a Sky interview, or it was just some guys outside the stadium. And
his agent has planned that, huh?
Everyone's getting on the bus, and Mo Salah's decided, I'm going to come over and have a conversation and let them know. And I have to say, it's nasty from Mo Salah.
You think?
Right? Because, from a fan's perspective.
Yeah.
From a fan's perspective. If I'm Mo Salah, play the game, right? He's trying to get the max contract he can, right? Yeah. I think there's obviously, like Carragher saying this, there's no way the Liverpool haven't been in conversation.
I was gonna say,
there's no way.
Is there any truth to the fact that
that's not true. That's not true. When he says an offer hasn't been, that's because at the moment, with the price and whatever the salary and whatever it is in the contract, if Liverpool offer that to Salah, he will reject it. Right. So, but they've definitely been in conversations. There's no way they haven't been in conversations. But I think there is a gap in the valuation of what Salah and Salah's team think he's worth and what Liverpool are willing to pay him.
Don't you remember a couple of years ago when he signed this new deal? It was the same tactic, and Salah gathered the data of his compatriot.
Yeah.
These guys are on this, and I score this amount.
But now, what's he going to be asking for now if he's already done that to get the Supermax 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago. And this is his definitely last big contract.
100%. And he's arguably playing better than he was when he got that contract.
He's more important now.
Yeah.
They do 67% of their goals.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
right? And if nothing happens, bro, Salah can start talking to clubs in Jan.
I do think, I'm sending all of this stuff into my chats to annoy Liverpool fans, but I do think or at least I thought of the move that it's more likely he's going to stay then. It seems to me anyway, he's so clearly angling to the club that there is a deal to be made.
Yeah, but Liverpool have always been a bit.
I know they don't want to break the
and
wage
also
structure.
For a 33-year-old.
I think
for as brilliant as Salah is, and he's one of the best players in the world, if Salah's asking for a 4-year deal that takes him to 37, So
he can't get 4 years. He can't get 4
but
years.
Salah could definitely be asking for that.
Yeah, that it could be. That'd be crazy.
He wants to make his money. Like you say, this is the last contract.
4 years is nuts. 3 years is still quite mad, but probably just about acceptable.
Yeah.
But I do just think that the thing with Liverpool is now, because his contract is running out, yeah. So what? It's almost a Sanchez type situation, where it's just coming down to the last 6 months.
Yeah, in January he can talk to other clubs.
So it's like, do you get no money? And you could already argue Salah has paid off what you bought him for. But do you get no money for Salah? No money at all? Let him go for free, or look to sign him on a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year maybe. Yeah,
but Salah won't accept. Well, 3 year maybe, but he won't accept.
He won't accept 1 or 2.
No, Salah won't accept that. Like you say, bro, this is his last contract. If he accepts a 2 year with Liverpool, in 1 year they have to negotiate again.
And it's not even 6 months.
So
otherwise, you're right back in the same situation.
That's why I think, from a fan's point of view, it's nasty, because I think Salah's really like sticking it on Liverpool, like pay me my bread and pay me for 4 years, right? But from Salah's point of view, if I was Salah, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I do think. I mean, and look, we'll have this conversation another day, but I do think 4 years maybe is more so to chase down personal accolades. It's tough to say this. Than it is to actually chase like another 2 or 3 prems. I think if Salah's like 4 year contract, is because he wants to finish with X amount of goals, X amount of assists.
Agreed.
Rather than like I'm signing this because, you know,
I want to win another championship.
Yeah.
I agree.
4 years is a lot, man, for a guy who's already over the age. I don't think. I wonder how many clubs in the history of football have signed an over the 30 guy for a 4 year deal.
But how many over 30 guys are
Salah?
Like Salah?
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. But even the Ronaldos at Madrid were getting 1 year, 2 year extension, 1 year, 2 year.
Yeah, but again, there's a difference. Madrid.
Yeah.
If we need to get rid of Ronaldo, Florentino Perez is going to bring Vinny. He's going to bring Mbappe.
Yeah.
He's going to bring Jude.
It would literally be just unprecedented, I would feel like. I'm sure there's 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But at the top level for a club like Liverpool, because it could all go so wrong. Yeah. Salah gets an injury, his ACL. Maybe not. It doesn't have to be as tragic as an ACL.
Bro, it could just be big contract Salah.
It could be big contract Salah. It could be a thigh issue that at the age of 34 you just can't really get back the same. And then you have this guy 100%. On 400k a week, and it's like.
But if you were Salah, you'd be doing what he's doing.
That's why I don't want. That's why exactly I'm not getting on to Salah about anything that he's doing, because if you are 32, 33 and you've given this much to the club already, and this is your last chance to get a big contract, bro, 100%. Whatever you're gonna
you have to do, innit?
And as much as I've said, 4 years is maybe him chasing personal accolades. If they are to win any Prem, if they are to win any champs, any FA Cups, any Carabaos, he will 100% be involved. 100% be at the forefront of it, man.
Agreed.
He does have to get his money. It's an interesting situation, and as I said, if Salah's holding them for ransom, how about everybody else? Not that Trent's holding them for ransom, not that Van Dijk's holding them for ransom, but if it's like, all right, calm, Salah wants 400, 450, wants whatever he wants, 380, it's like...
VVD's not far off that.
And exactly. Trent's also wanting 300. Yeah. Trent's also wanting to.
It's going to be interesting. But we'll wait and see how that one pans out. We'll move it on. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest at the Emirates, and Odegaard ball is back.
It's back.
People. Odegaard ball is back. And all of a sudden, our best performance of the season.
They said it last week. Chances from open play. And
connections with players.
Equally as good is, and this is undercredited from Odegaard's, and it's not just Odegaard, but, from his return, is like when we do go in particular, like 2 up, the like a bit more security that we have. Because sometimes we'll go 2 up without Odegaard, and it's all right, we have 2 goals now. Let's drop a little bit deeper, and they have the ball, and we try and turn into a counter-attacking team, which is like not the worst in the world idea.
Yeah.
But I love when it's teams like Nottingham Forest at home, and we've gone 2 goals up, and we're not letting. We're still in their final third. We're still keeping it ticking up there. That was when he dropped into the whole right back. I'm going to be the 6 now, and it's a little bit deeper, but we're still going to have the ball. I love that stuff so much, as opposed to letting Nottingham Forest come onto us and start putting balls in the box and see if they can make it 2-1. It
was so good to see him back. So good.
The Odegaard, and I've seen tweets of people saying Odegaard and Saka are turning into Sanchez and Ozil, or having that Sanchez and Ozil thing of just passing to each other. And
2-man step.
I think the first goal emulates that.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of Ozil in the pass, or the cuteness of the pass, and I see a lot of Sanchez I see a lot of Sanchez in that.
We said this last week in our top 10. When we spoke about Alexis, we were like Saka and Alexis. They kind of have that of like, we're just not going to lose this one.
Yeah. Or just even like Sanchez, Saka doesn't come across the same, but Sanchez had this arrogance of whatever shot I take is the best shot.
Yeah. Nobody can tell me I made the wrong decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when Sanchez or Saka,
and it wasn't always the best shot.
Exactly.
But no one could
tell Sanchez that
don't take that shot.
Yeah. So when Sanchez is like dropping his shoulder 3 or 4 times to create this, and you think, is it gone? Is the chance over with? But Sanchez still shoots.
Yeah, that's literally Saka's first goal. Just Trossard's there.
Marino, I went at the edge of the box.
He's waiting.
No one's gonna tell me I'm on my strong foot.
And he lashes it in.
I
don't think there's anything. I don't even have Saka written down on my notes because I don't think there's much more to say about him.
That's all I say about the first goal is and to the narrative. Not that they're as good as the two, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But we'll come.
It's a conversation.
We'll have
a
those.
conversation.
We'll have those. But it's just to the point that these two are our best players, and when they play well, we win a lot of games. It's as simple as that, man. We win a lot of football matches. This is Arsenal.
There are a lot of changes in that lineup.
A lot. There's a lot of guys who
Partey and Rice on the bench.
Yeah. Jesus starting, Jorginho starting, as you say, Havertz on the bench, Martinelli on the bench.
Yep.
People who would be a part of our starting lineup who are not there, but
it looked very fluid. It went, and in the last 10 minutes or so, Ethan Nwaneri comes on. A lot of talk about Ethan Nwaneri. Should he have had more minutes and whatnot? And Arteta's being very interesting in his press conference. Brick, cement. But Nwaneri comes on and he scores his goal. Second youngest goal scorer in Premier League history for Arsenal.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's nuts that he's our third highest goal scorer this season.
Yeah.
That was his first Premier League goal.
Yeah.
So it's a compliment to him.
You know what? Yeah, it is nuts. But when you really look at it, is it that nuts?
It's a compliment to him, and it's also a detriment to the 4 or 5
Martinelli,
other
Trossard,
guys. That
because it's Saka and Havertz ahead of him, innit?
Yeah,
and obviously Odegaard's been injured, so
we'll let that lie.
Yeah,
because this guy's 17.
So it's nuts for sure. But then when you really look at it,
but you for as bad as we think, or for as little as we think of Jesus,
Ethan shouldn't be getting more goals. Yeah, even than Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Jesus played the same games Ethan played.
Yeah.
Those games that Ethan's scoring in. You should be scoring. Yeah.
Agreed.
But no, look, we as Arsenal fans, we know what kind of demon we've got with Ethan. We just, as I say, man, we just gotta be patient with him, give him sufficient minutes, but don't be in a rush to overburden him with the whole carry this attacking creativity and be this kind of guy in the system now. Make sure Ethan gets his minutes, let him develop, and by the time Ethan is 20, 18, 19,
don't put the pressure on him to be
anybody now.
Or in that period when Odegaard was out, don't put the pressure on him to be Odegaard.
Yeah.
Right? And make that difference. But yeah, shout out Ethan Nwaneri. It was a great goal. Great to see that. Fulham versus Wolves. Now, I have this on the agenda because we like both these teams.
We do.
We like both these managers.
We do.
And when I came out of the Arsenal game, I could not believe this. All the other results were fairly normal.
Yeah.
But I guess Villa drawing at home to Palace, I wasn't expecting, but I could kind of see it. Everton Brentford 0-0. I could have bet on that before the game. But Wolves going to Craven Cottage and winning 4-1.
Yeah, scoring 4 goals.
Was shocking. Great goal from Iwobi to put Fulham 1-0 up.
Yeah.
A left-footed curler. An even better goal from Mateus Cunha.
Which one?
To make it, to make it 1-1. And Mateus Cunha just decided, I'm just going to change this game now. I'm just going to win this game. Wrap this one top corner, assist this guy, pass to this guy, do this, do that, press him. Bro. How good is Mateus Cunha?
The job that Mateus Cunha does for Wolves, or the responsibilities that he has to do, primary ball carrier, primary finisher, primary creative player, assister. Yeah,
Yeah.
He has-
LaMelo.
yeah, Lamelo. He has to do it all for Wolves,
Yeah.
and he still does do it so well. And he deserves all of the credit and all the praise he's going to get this week for winning the game. But Cunha does this when Wolves lose 3-2,
Yeah.
when they lose 3-1,
Yeah.
when they lose to Chelsea 6-2. It's Cunha.
He's got 7 goals.
Yo, when they lost to Chelsea 6-2,
Yeah.
Cunha made it 2. No,
He
that's
made
the
it
Brighton
1-0
game.
or
He made
1-1.
it. Yeah, he made it 1-1 or whenever that was. Sorry, I'm confusing two scorelines. But when they lost to Chelsea, it's Cunha who's bringing them back in. I'm trying to make it a game here. Cunha is serious, man, and I was telling you off air, and we've seen a lot of it since. But it is a formality that Wolves will sell Cunha this summer.
Agreed.
It's a formality. Everybody's interested, Man United, Tottenham.
That's
Arsenal
why
should
the
be
price
there.
is going up.
Yeah.
Right? Because Wolves are going to have their pick of, okay, you want him with this much or
So, more so than the question of like, how important is Cunha to Wolves? We know how important Cunha is to Wolves.
Yeah,
how good is Cunha? Cunha is a very good player.
Yeah.
It's just where the question now is, can Cunha do this for a top 6, a top 4?
That's what I'm asking you.
A top 3 team.
Just how good is he? If Cunha comes to Arsenal, is that the difference? Arsenal are now your favourites to win the league.
Nah, Cunha isn't the difference. But if Cunha comes to Arsenal, we're a better team. He's better than Martinelli. He's better than Jesus.
Yeah,
he's better than
But if he's not the difference, and this is obviously a bit off topic, this isn't really related to Cunha's ability, but we know how good he is. But if he's not the difference, should Arsenal be in for him? Because that guy at Arsenal side, and we talk about this a lot.
No, Arsenal shouldn't be in for him if they don't believe he's going to be the difference. But the reason I think Cunha isn't going to be the difference is because I think the difference maker for Arsenal needs to score 15 plus in the league.
20 all comps, minimum.
15 plus in the league.
Yeah.
So Cunha could get to 15, but in our Arsenal system, I wonder how that happens without moving Havertz and without you know. It's like Cunha will fit
because Cunha doesn't really score the goals of like this one's flashed across the box.
Yeah,
and Cunha's tapped.
Yeah. Did you see
Cunha's in the right place?
Did you see the comp I sent you of all of Cunha's goals?
Yeah.
Cunha's got serious quality. The team, unfortunately, I think not Cunha should go to, but the team I don't want him to go to is Tottenham, because I think Tottenham have space for Cunha on that left side.
Playing off the left.
Yeah. And because Son can't do next season.
Yeah.
As a left winger, Tottenham fans already have cussed out Odegaard and all of these other guys. They're so up and down with Brennan Johnson.
But Ange plays his wingers as like touchline wingers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really want to see. I think Man United potentially in Amorim, if you play him as one of the 10s behind the striker, I think that's almost perfect for him.
But you've got Mason, you've got Bruno.
And he's probably better. He's definitely better than Mason Mount.
Yeah, it's for me, it's not so much whether or not he's better than those guys. It's just that now, if he's going to cost 60, 70 mil, and you've just spent 60 on Mason, and Bruno's not going anywhere. They're going
to spend 70 on a striker for sure.
Exactly. Least, right? No, Man United. It's not that Man United can't get Cunha. It's just that if you get Cunha and you don't shuffle on Xerxes or Højlund, Mason Mount or Bruno Fernandes, you have
Ahmad could play in that, all those guys. But I think with Matheus Cunha, I think the one thing in relation to a potential move to Arsenal is that regardless of what people want to say about who's better or not, we already have the Cunha profile.
Yeah.
Which is Kai Havertz. Yeah. I think Kai Havertz might have scored more goals than Matheus Cunha last year. Right? And we know what Havertz gives us in the link-up play and everything else. And those goals that Havertz doesn't score, those flashed across the box and are the same ones that Cunha doesn't score. So I think that profile is too... Then to potentially have Jesus, Havertz and Cunha.
It's crazy.
Who are 3 strikers of the same profile.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I think, but look, Matheus Cunha, man, you're putting that Wolves attack on my back.
Serious player.
Shout out Mario Lemina as well.
Yeah.
An unbelievable pass.
And João Gomez.
Gary O'Neill said they've been working on that in training. And back-to-back wins for Wolves. But we mentioned Amorim briefly there and Man United. Amorim on his debut couldn't get past Ipswich. And Man United got suffocated.
Man United should have lost this game.
Ipswich. Yeah, the lap.
Yeah.
The lap was missing chances for fun.
Yeah. Man United should have lost this game. I think, look, I'm not going to kill Amorim just yet. I know a lot of United fans are going to be on the time. He needs time. Amorim was always talking about I need time, and
I think that the quality level of that squad is a bigger takeaway than anything Amorim.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that point. But the only point I will make is, whilst Man United squad is poor, and we knew that going into the season, we knew that as the season was progressing, and we know that now, I still think the squad is better than Ipswich.
Yeah,
you know?
It is.
So it's like, I agree that Amorim, I'm not going to kill him, because anybody can draw their first game, and it's away from home and all this kind of stuff. But the squad is good enough to beat Ipswich. So I know Man United fans are going to be talking about the players and not good enough. We need to get rid of the players and all this kind of stuff. But the players that you do currently have are still better than Ipswich's squad. And their points tally is so worrying, man. Their points tally is so worrying. And the Man United fans are clinging on to agendas, and like they're clinging on to.
Amorim said we're going to suffer for a long time.
Yeah. So to the argument that we were making a couple of weeks ago before he joined, what will United fans take? Like, what happens if Amorim finishes 10th? Yeah, but towards the end of the season, final 3-4 weeks, they have almost a Chelsea-like surge, where you know how when Poch left, the Chelsea fans had just started to feel an identity. Started to feel as if they were getting some consistency. Would Man United fans take that, but you finished 10th or maybe 7th or whatever? Or does you don't have to finish in the top 4, but you have to finish in Europe?
Yeah.
Regardless of how it looks.
I don't think Man United fans can take anything if it's out of Europe.
Regardless of how you've played.
Even if it's Conference League, that's bad.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in Conference League. Big Man United.
Yeah.
You can let a small club like Chelsea play in the Conference League, but Big Man United can't play there, right? So Man United fans shouldn't be, and Amorim himself at Europa League is a minimum.
Yeah.
I think top 4 is almost gone for them, which is mad because it's so early.
It's so early in the
season.
season.
They can make that. But I'm gonna say if you are Amorim, you've just seen your first game against Ipswich, and you've had 1 week on the training ground or whatever. What's the very first thing that you do in regard to coaching this squad? So obviously you won't be able to bring players in and whatever but is it focus on improving individuals? Is it focus on getting players like structured to the new system and understanding that system? What's the first thing you focus on?
I that's a very good question, because I don't buy into the like Amorim needs to drill his system into the players, because if these guys are going to go, if Man United fans are saying 6 of the starting line are probably not going to be here in a season's time or a couple seasons time, there's no point in Amorim telling ex-player, Eriksen, I need you to learn this role at the back.
But he still needs to get something out of it.
He needs to get something out of him. If I was Amorim, I'm focusing on individuals. Like, all right,
improving them as individuals.
Individually, I need you to do more of this. I need you to do more of this. Obviously, the answer is all of the above needs to be done. But I'm focusing on the individuals, because making Eriksen be the technician in my, 2-man midfield, but Eriksen is leaving in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like, why make him watch this much film and burden him with this, and I'm putting this much time and effort into it, and then he's just going to go, and then the new guy's going to be a completely fresh face.
So if you knew that, would you even play Eriksen?
Yeah, you have to, because now your point as a manager is to maximize what you have in this squad. So that should be Amorim's job. If he wants to play free at the back, can't play free at the back. But within that individually, you need to get the best out of these players. Yeah. And then when you get guys in, you can start to say, hey, I've brought you as a left back because I like my left backs to be this. But there's no point telling, the current left back, it was Garnacho as left wing back, or whatever it was the other day, to really focus on this if you don't fully see Garnacho playing wing back next season or in the future. Because he's just wasting 6 months of his career learning how to be the best wing back in your system for you to play him as an inside forward.
I do think potentially getting these players to understand the system will go a long way.
It will. But remember how it happened with Arteta? Like, if he was to learn anything from Arteta's time, was Arteta came in and tried to play a certain style of football, and we suffered through that because we didn't have the players that could play that style of football. But it came to a point where it was like, is this worth it? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
does Amorim have to lose X amount of games in November the way Arteta did to be like, all right, I
yeah,
need
yeah,
to,
yeah.
I need Smith
Yeah,
Rowe and I
yeah,
need
yeah,
Saka,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
But Arteta was very focused at the beginning of these guys need to understand my system.
it's true,
Right?
because
He obviously improved guys as individuals as well. But that thing of we're gonna suffer through this, it was very much like this is how we play football.
Yeah. Look, ultimately in the end for Arteta, and I know we haven't won as many trophies as, but it's worked because we're playing his system and his style of football now. Yeah. But the only reason it's worked is because we got new players in. The only, like, if you could go back in time and ask him, would you have persisted the way you did to lose? I mean, he'd probably say yes, but you know, to lose that many games in that span amount of time. Remember, we hadn't won in like. Well,
he would definitely say yes.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
But does Amorim have to go through that, or can Amorim maximize? With
He
some
doesn't
players?
have to. There's different ways of doing it.
Can Amorim maximize on some players and find out? The first thing Amorim's got to do, I think, is find out who's worth keeping and who's worth not keeping. As we were saying, it's so interesting how he didn't start either Xerxes or Højlund. He spent 100+ mil on both those strikers in the last 2 years, and Rashford's leading the line. And Rashford's scoring the striker goal.
That getting away with it pod. Xerxes. soon come. But look, MVPs and rookies of the week. MVP Lamelo Ball.
I knew you were gonna.
Ball. He's making me watch regular season. That is one entertaining basketball player. One that is we call Kyrie box office.
Yeah,
and I'm not putting him there, but wow.
He's taken over the mantelpiece in the sense of this. If he's hot, you have to. If somebody messaged me right now and was like, yo, it's the fourth quarter, I've just seen Kyrie make the last 10 buckets.
Yeah.
I have to tune it.
Yeah.
It's getting like that with LaMelo.
Yeah.
If you message me and you're like, yo, it's the third quarter, tie game, LaMelo just scored the last.
And the Charlotte Hornets, as a franchise, nobody wants to watch them. Nobody wants to watch them. But LaMelo is doing things.
I'll give to stay on the basketball, I'll give OG Anunoby an MVP. So OG had a 40-point game.
Yeah.
Yesterday or the week before.
They worked them, but yesterday.
And finding out just about his contract.
Yeah.
Obi's 212 mil.
Making his peeves. He's got a ring.
Yeah.
He's a champ.
Yeah. Best
the only champ in that Knicks team, no? I got Franz Wagner.
Yeah.
I saw Franz Wagner play again yesterday against LaMelo in that game. And Franz Wagner can shoot the three, man. It's a weird shooting action. He's a big guy, but Franz Wagner can shoot the bar. I'm giving him the MVP for his game winner against LA.
I'll give Max Verstappen an MVP. Not a Max fan, but he's won his 4th title in a row. I'll give him an MVP.
João Pedro.
Yeah.
Talk about the Brighton game, but
I was going to give Thomas Frank an MVP as well, only because I think there's very few managers who can go a man down, away from home to like a Sean Dyche team, Everton, and play as disgusting a game as Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
And as soon, I know you said you could have called it 0-0, but as soon as I was checking my Premier League app and I saw that they had a red card, I was like, yeah, well, this game is.
Yeah.
Thomas Frank is not going for a win here.
Yeah. There's no goals.
This is it.
Yeah.
What we have, we hold. And to be upset with the red card and everything, but to steal for 60 minutes, Pinnock and Collins and
yeah.
I'll give him an MVP for that for sure. I'm sure it looked like the Fulham one.
Yeah, and that was a dilemma, man. We've seen Thomas Frank do that. Rookies, I've got Pep Guardiola.
Yeah,
have to. This might be the only time I give him one.
Yeah.
And Theo Walcott, because I saw Theo Walcott on Monday Night Football.
I haven't seen it.
And Theo Walcott. He's talking about who was he talking? He was talking about a winger, and he was saying that he was like, "Oh, my game's very different to his. Like he wants to come and get the ball to feet, and he was like, my game is more like Salah's, where we want to go in behind and score goals and get opportunities." Did he just say Salah? Theo Walcott.
We went through his numbers.
Yeah. Salah. His game was like Salah. I never saw that at Arsenal. So where was it? Was that game at Southampton?
Yeah. Theo's post-career analysis of himself. I will give an MVP to Jared Bowen. I think Jared Bowen has been balling. Bowen's been balling. West Ham obviously haven't had the best record they won yesterday.
Lopetegui can get the MVP as well.
Yeah,
just a big win for him.
Yeah. I think Jared Bowen's been balling. He's been doing well. I think that's probably about it.
Any rookies you want to hand out?
Haaland.
Oh, who were we watching in that phase of playing basketball?
Oh yeah.
When they just kept, I can't remember who the teams were, but they just, it was awful. Or absolutely awful.
No, but I'll give Haaland a rookie just because, like, your team is in a rut, bro. Score a goal.
Yeah.
Score a goal.
Yeah.
The chances are there.
Agreed.
It's not a service thing.
Agreed.
Score a goal. Team's in a rut. You're telling guys stay humble. You're telling guys this. You're telling guys that. Be you.
But yeah, look, Arsenal have just kicked off, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to end the pod there.
Deuces.
And yeah, hopefully we pick up 3 points. But thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. Peace.